a legendary land between the towering walls of the Himalayas and the humid jungles of India's plains. Nepal holds an astonishing diversity of landscapes and cultures, with architectural and artistic traditions that have made it a meeting place of religions and ethnicities. Home to snow-covered peaks, Sherpas, yaks, monasteries, and mantras, its territory encompasses one of the most spectacular geographic transitions on Earth. From the heat of the Terai's humid jungles to the mighty, windswept peaks of the Himalayas, reaching all the way to the frozen summit of Everest, the highest point on the planet. Let's explore together and uncover some of the most fascinating and extraordinary facts about Nepal. Welcome to the Places of the World channel. Nepal is a landlocked country located in South Asia. It lies on the southern slopes of the Himalayas, bordered to the north by the Tibet Autonomous Region of China, and to the east, south, and west by India. The Nepali territory covers more than 147,000 square kilometers and is roughly rectangular in shape, stretching about 800 kilometers from east to west and between 150 and 250 kilometers from north to south. Nepal is separated from Bangladesh by a narrow passage known as the Siliguri Corridor and lies about 27 kilometers away from Bhutan. Administratively, Nepal is divided into 7 provinces, with its capital, Kathmandu, located in Bagmati Province. If you are wondering what type of government Nepal has, until 2008 it was a constitutional monarchy. However, in that year, the monarchy was abolished and Nepal became a federal democratic republic, where executive power resides in a prime minister. The Himalayas are the highest mountain range in the world, stretching for about 2,400 kilometers and covering an area of around 594,000 square kilometers, spanning parts of Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, and the Tibet Autonomous Region of China. The highest section of the Himalayas lies in Nepal, where the range extends for about 800 kilometers across the country's northern belt, along its border with Tibet in China. This section, known as the Great Himalayas, includes 8 of the world's 14 peaks above 8,000 meters, among them Mount Everest, the highest point on Earth, as well as Kanchenjunga and Makalu, to name just a few. One of the most famous regions of the Nepal Himalayas is Annapurna, home to one of the most celebrated and visited trekking routes in the Great Himalayas. The beauty of its valleys, lush pine forests, and alpine meadows to the south of its peaks contrasts sharply with the arid and desolate geography to the north, stretching toward Tibet. These are fantastic places inhabited by ancient and little-known peoples, such as the Kingdom of Mustang, located in the Mustang Valley, which was closed to foreigners until 1992 and preserves secrets of traditional Tibetan life. But just as the Himalayas conceal cultural and historical treasures, they also hold great legends, such as that of the Yeti, called Migu by Tibetans. Believed to be a giant ape of the Himalayan mountains, the Yeti would deserve a full video of its own. But another aspect worth highlighting is the impressive Himalayan wildlife. On the slopes rest the unmistakable yaks, guided by Sherpa herders. This region is a dream destination for many, especially for extreme sports enthusiasts. The ice-covered mountains, vast glaciers, rocky peaks, ice falls, and deep valleys promise a true adventure. Eastern Nepal embodies the original Sanskrit meaning of the Himalaya, abode of snow, as 5 of the world's 14 highest peaks, among them Everest, known to Nepalis as Sagarmatha, meaning forehead of the sky, rise in a land of striking geographic and cultural contrasts. Mount Everest is Nepal's ultimate icon, and the country takes pride in hosting the tallest mountain above sea level on Earth, standing at 8,849 meters. The adventure often begins with a spectacular flight from Kathmandu to Lukla Airport, considered one of the most dangerous in the world due to its extremely short runway of about 527 meters, making takeoffs and landings challenging on the way to the Everest base camp. But the Everest region in Nepal is about much more than climbing and trekking. It is full of epic landscapes, meaningful encounters with local people and their ancestral culture, and trails that reach 5,100 meters in the Himalayas, an experience that can truly change one's life. The surrounding area also fascinates with its enduring village life and remarkable religious traditions, such as the Kathmandu Valley, greener and lusher than other mountainous regions of Nepal, where Namche Bazaar, a Sherpa town, is located. There, you can find Tengboche Monastery, sometimes referred to as the Monastery of the Monks, and enjoy breathtaking views of Everest. Nepal's territory is nestled between two great giants, China and India, and although it is small, it holds remarkable variety. In fact, Nepal is the country with the greatest variation in altitude in the world, ranging from about 60 meters above sea level in the lowlands of the Terai to 8,849 meters at the summit of Everest. To better understand the physical geography of Nepal, the land can be divided into three main longitudinal regions. The Terai, a strip in the south of the country stretching along its border with India. The name, of likely Persian origin meaning wet, describes this tropical and subtropical plain. With an average elevation of about 300 meters, it is made up of fertile valleys nourished by numerous rivers, making it the most agriculturally productive region of Nepal. The hill region, Pahad, the central belt of the country, consisting mostly of ranges between 1,000 and 4,000 meters, as well as large valleys such as the Kathmandu Valley, the most densely populated area of Nepal. The mountain region, Himal or Parbat, in the north, which forms the central section of the Himalayan range and is home to the tallest mountain on Earth, Mount Everest. This area, with its extreme climate, rugged terrain, and sparse population, is often referred to as the roof of the world. This land of extremes contains 8 of the world's 14 highest peaks, as well as some of the highest pastures and lakes on the planet. It is also here that the headwaters of 3 of Asia's most important river systems are found: the Indus, the Ganges, Brahmaputra, and, further east through Tibet, the Yangtze. Nepal is truly a paradise for those seeking a dose of adrenaline, being one of the world's top destinations for adventure tourism and extreme sports. This is due to the country's landscapes, which lend themselves to a wide variety of outdoor activities that make up a major part of its tourism industry, from trekking and peak climbing, especially in the Annapurna region, which offers a wide range of routes for all levels, to bungee jumping, with one of the highest jump sites in the world. Nepal has something for every adventurer. Kayaking and rafting in Nepal's roaring rivers are also popular. The country is rich in water resources, with numerous rivers and lakes offering endless recreational opportunities. Fed by the melting snows of the Himalayas, these rivers range from gentle streams to wild, challenging rapids. Other activities include high-altitude marathons, mountain biking along the countless Himalayan trails, and, of course, mountaineering. For those looking for a more relaxed adventure, you can enjoy paragliding for a bird's-eye view of Nepal or go on a safari in Chitwan, canoeing through its lush and beautiful jungle. Nepal is sometimes referred to as the Amazon of Asia because of its remarkable biological diversity and unique ecosystems. The country features an extraordinary variety of landscapes, including jungles, mountains, valleys, tropical forests, alpine meadows, and rivers. Nepal is home to over 6,500 species of plants, about a third of which are endemic, as well as thousands of animal species. Many of these species are protected within its impressive national parks. Among them, Chitwan National Park, located in the Terai region, is famous for its Bengal tigers, one-horned rhinoceroses, Asian elephants, which can be experienced through unique jungle safaris, sloth bears, and a wide variety of bird species. Sagarmatha National Park, home to Mount Everest, also harbors remarkable flora and fauna, such as the elusive snow leopard, the Himalayan blue sheep, beryl, and the Himalayan monal, Nepal's national bird. Other notable animals include the gray langur and the red panda. The origins of Nepal as the nation we know today are rooted mainly in the Kathmandu Valley, which for millennia served as a vital hub of trade between China and India. Here, a unique blend of Hinduism and Buddhism developed over centuries. The Kathmandu Valley was a mandatory stop for caravans coming from China to India, avoiding the malaria outbreaks of the northern Indian plains during the summers, and for caravans traveling from India to China, who sought to bypass the harsh winters of the Nepalese and Tibetan mountains. By the 13th century CE, the Kathmandu Valley was divided into 3 small kingdoms: Kathmandu, Patan, and Bhaktapur. Meanwhile, the rest of present-day Nepal was fragmented into numerous principalities. These would not be unified until September 25, 1768, under King Prithvi Narayan Shah of Gorkha, who established Nepal as a single kingdom with Hinduism as the state religion. This situation remained until 2006, when a new constitution was drafted after the Maoist revolution, abolishing the monarchy and officially declaring Nepal a secular republic. Nepal is also unique in being the only country in the world with a non-rectangular flag. Its 2 overlapping triangles symbolize the Himalayas and the 2 major religions that shaped the country, Hinduism and Buddhism. Gorkha is a region historically linked to the formation of modern Nepal. It is home to historic fortresses such as the Gorkha Durbar, a landmark palace built in the 16th century, located on a hill about 1,000 meters above sea level, offering breathtaking views of the Himalayas, including peaks over 7,000 meters such as Mount Manaslu, the 8th highest mountain in the world. This makes the journey from Kathmandu to Pokhara truly memorable. Traditionally, this region has been renowned as the land of the brave Gurkhas, Nepalese soldiers who have been recruited by the British Army since 1815. After the East India Company signed a peace treaty following heavy losses during its attempted invasion of Nepal. Gorkha is also famous as the birthplace of King Prithvi Narayan Shah, who unified the many small kingdoms of Nepal in 1768 and founded a royal dynasty that endured until Nepal became a republic in 2008. Interestingly, Nepal is one of the few countries in the world that has never been colonized, which is why, unlike many other nations, it does not celebrate an Independence Day. Nepal is shaped by a complex pattern of religious traditions, as religion is widely practiced and faith and worship are part of public life. As with many aspects of Nepal, geography influences religion. Hinduism has coexisted for centuries with the Tibetan Buddhism of the northern peoples. In the lowlands of the Terai, Hinduism prevails in a form very similar to that of northern India. In contrast, in the Himalayan regions, Tibetan Buddhism plays a leading role. However, both religions have absorbed elements from one another, making religion in Nepal a unique and intricate blend of traditions, beliefs, practices, and rituals. Religious tolerance and mutual respect allow Hindus, Buddhists, and Muslims to live together in peace. According to the most recent census data, about 81% of the population practices Hinduism. Until the abolition of the monarchy in 2008, Nepal was the world's only Hindu kingdom. Although only about 9% of Nepalese identify as Buddhists, the dividing line between Hinduism and Buddhism is not always clear, particularly in the central hill regions. Lumbini is a sacred place known as the birthplace of Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism. It is located in the Terai Plains, in southern Nepal, near the border with India. Lumbini is one of the main Buddhist pilgrimage centers and is home to several temples and monasteries, including the Maya Devi Temple, which marks the spot where Buddha is believed to have been born. The site also includes a sacred garden, which is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As a historic site of Buddhism, Lumbini features pagodas and temples built by different Buddhist nations. These include the World Peace Pagoda of Japan, the Golden Temple of Myanmar, the Vietnamese Pagoda, the Thai Monastery, among others. Pagodas are traditional Buddhist structures, often symbolically inspired by Mount Meru, a sacred mountain in Hindu and Buddhist cosmology, considered the abode of the gods and associated with the origins of the great rivers of India, such as the Ganges. It is estimated that around 100 ethnic groups live in Nepal, each with its own culture, traditions, and language. One of the most famous groups is the Sherpa, who migrated from eastern Tibet about 500 to 600 years ago and settled in the Salakhumbu region, home to Mount Everest. For centuries, they have developed a distinct mountain culture that includes farming and herding practices, as well as unique skills in climbing and surviving at high altitudes. These abilities have made them renowned guides for thousands of mountaineers attempting to reach the highest Himalayan peaks. Trekking along breathtaking trails at the foot of the Himalayas is one of the most popular activities for visitors. Among the most famous routes is the Manaslu Valley Trail, where the encounters with Nepalese culture and the spectacular scenery leave unforgettable impressions. The Sherpa are predominantly practitioners of Tibetan Buddhism, and the region is home to gompas, monasteries, where monks study and practice Buddhist teachings. You may wonder about the colorful flags often seen in the Himalayas and in other regions of Tibet and Nepal. These are known as prayer flags, inscribed with mantras and Buddhist prayers. According to tradition, they are used to send blessings and positive intentions out into the world as the wind carries them. Nepal's culture is rich and diverse. Different customs and religious influences have shaped its people over the centuries. Some notable aspects of Nepalese customs are: in Nepalese culture, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body, so one should never touch another person's head. Likewise, it is considered inappropriate to eat with the left hand. The most common greeting in Nepal is Namaste, an ancient Sanskrit word that literally means, "I bow to you," as a sign of respect. When saying it, people join their hands together and bow their heads in reverence. In Nepal, it is common to see people spinning prayer wheels while walking or going about their daily activities. These wheels contain sacred mantras written on them, and it is believed that turning a prayer wheel has the same spiritual effect as reciting the mantra, releasing blessings. For this reason, large prayer wheels are also found in temples, spun for the same purpose. Nepal is also known for its colorful and vibrant festivals. Some of the most important include Dashain, Tihar, and Mahashivaratri, festivals that bring music, processions, and an abundance of food. Nepalese cuisine is diverse, flavorful, and often mildly spicy. Most dishes are based on rice, vegetables, legumes, and sometimes meat. Perhaps the most popular dish is dal bhat, which consists of steamed rice served with lentil soup and vegetable curries, often accompanied by pickles. Another favorite is the momo, a type of dumpling filled with vegetables, meat, or cheese, served with a spicy tomato-based sauce. In the southern Terai region, Indian-influenced dishes such as chicken tikka, served with rice or naan bread, are common. In Nepal's mountain regions, the traditional dish is thukpa, a noodle soup with vegetables and sometimes meat, served piping hot to counter the cold. Nepal is also internationally known for its timit pepper, a unique spice with a citrus-like aroma, native to the country. As for sweets, one of the most popular is churpi, a traditional cheese that can be soft or hardened into chewy blocks. Another well-loved treat is laddu, a sweet ball made of chickpea flour and sugar. Nepalese black tea, often blended with local spices, is also a favorite across the country. Nepal is a multi-ethnic, multilingual, and multi-religious country that prides itself on unity in diversity. This nation is a melting pot of cultures, with more than 100 ethnic groups among its nearly 30 million inhabitants. Some of the largest ethnic groups are the Brahmins and Kshetris, who are spread throughout the country, the Magars, who are mainly settled in the hilly regions, and the Newars, the historic inhabitants of the Kathmandu Valley. Its linguistic heritage has developed from three major language families: Indo-Aryan, Tibeto-Burman, and several isolated indigenous languages, resulting in more than 120 languages and local dialects coexisting within its borders. The main language of communication is Nepali, which is understood across the country, although only about 44% of the population speaks it as their mother tongue. This diversity is further reflected in its architecture, cultural festivals, traditions, and customs, all celebrated with mutual respect and harmony, as can be seen in the colorful traditional clothing worn by its people. Nepal is a developing country with an economy still largely based on agriculture, although in recent years it has been gradually shifting toward a service-oriented model. Agriculture remains one of the main pillars of the Nepali economy, employing around 60% of the active population and contributing about 25 to 28% of the GDP. However, the sector faces major challenges, such as the lack of modern technology and insufficient infrastructure. Due to the country's rugged topography, transportation is particularly complicated, with a limited road network and less than 60 kilometers of railway tracks. On the other hand, the industrial and service sectors have grown rapidly in recent years. Industry includes hydropower, small-scale manufacturing, and mining, while services include tourism, which is one of the most important sources of income for Nepal. Attractions such as Mount Everest and other Himalayan peaks, national parks, and cultural heritage sites make tourism vital to the country's economy. Kathmandu is the political and cultural capital of Nepal. It is located in the Kathmandu Valley and is the largest city in the country, with a population of around 1.5 million people. Both geological studies and local mythology indicate that the area of Kathmandu was once a lake. Kathmandu is renowned for its rich history, culture, and architecture, making it a popular tourist destination with countless temples, palaces, markets, shrines, and stupas that uplift the spirit. Like any major city, Kathmandu has experienced rapid growth over the past decade, but despite the hustle and bustle, its people have preserved many of their ancient traditions, with streets filled with religious festivals and ceremonial events. Some of the most famous monuments in Kathmandu include the Swayambhunath Stupa, also known as the Monkey Temple, Pashupatinath Temple, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Buddhanath Stupa, one of the largest stupas in the world, and the Durbar Squares of Kathmandu, which feature ancient palaces and temples. The Kathmandu Valley is a region in Nepal that includes the three districts of Kathmandu, Bhaktapur, and Lalitpur. The valley is located in central Nepal, surrounded by hills and mountains, and is known for its rich cultural heritage. It has been a center of art, culture, and civilization in Nepal for centuries. The valley also serves as a gateway to the Himalayas and is a popular destination for hiking and mountaineering. It is home to 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including Bhaktapur Durbar Square, Patan Durbar Square, Shanghinarian Temple, and Pashupatinath Temple, which is considered one of the most sacred Hindu temples in Nepal. Pashupatinath Temple is situated on the banks of the Bagmati River, surrounded by forests and hills. It is an important pilgrimage site for Hindus from around the world. The temple complex includes multiple shrines and buildings, with the main temple built in the traditional Nepali pagoda style, featuring a gilded roof and intricate wood carvings and sculptures. In addition to its heritage, the Kathmandu Valley is famous for its traditional architecture, especially the Niwar-style buildings, with ornate brick and wooden houses and narrow cobbled streets lined with shrines, pagodas, and pavilions. Bhaktapur, the third of the valley's royal cities, was historically an important trading hub on the route to Tibet. Unlike Kathmandu, its population is predominantly Hindu. The best place to begin a visit is Bhaktapur Durbar Square, where the royal palace and several temples are located. The entire area is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Also known as Lalitpur, Patan is a city located in the Kathmandu Valley. Patan is famous for its rich cultural heritage and is an important center for traditional craftsmanship, being one of the 3 main cities of the valley along with Kathmandu and Bhaktapur. Patan has a long and rich history and was once a thriving center of Niwar civilization. The city is renowned for its traditional Niwar architecture, including numerous temples, palaces, and courtyards. Patan Durbar Square, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, houses many historic buildings and temples, such as the Krishna Temple, the Talaju Temple, and the Golden Temple. In addition to its cultural attractions, Patan is also an educational center and is well known for its crafts, including metalwork, wood carving, and pottery. The city has many traditional workshops and studios where visitors can watch artisans at work and purchase handmade souvenirs. It is also worth visiting the Patan Museum, which houses a collection of artifacts and artworks reflecting the city's rich history. Janakpur is one of the most sacred cities and important cultural centers in Nepal. It is located in the southern part of the country, about 225 kilometers southeast of Kathmandu, near the border with India. Janakpur is home to temples of great religious and cultural significance, such as the Janaki Mandir, dedicated to Sita, the consort of Rama in Hindu mythology. The city also hosts important cultural festivals throughout the year. By the way, the Nepali calendar is based on an ancient Hindu lunar calendar and is approximately 57 years ahead of the Gregorian calendar. Generally, Nepalis celebrate the new year in mid-April according to the Gregorian calendar. The lush natural beauty of the region contrasts with mountainous landscapes of epic proportions. Here we find the Pokhara Valley, which has captured travelers' hearts for decades and has become the second most popular tourist destination in Nepal, often called the gateway to the Himalayas. The valley, covering 124 square kilometers, lies beneath the snow-capped Annapurna Massif, with Mashapucher Peak as a perfect destination for hiking, paragliding, and other adventure activities. Further east, where the verdant foothills begin their steady ascent toward the small town of Ilam, the center of Nepal's emerging tea industry, the slopes are covered with carefully cultivated tea bushes. Tea cultivation was first introduced to the Indian subcontinent by the British, in an effort to break China's monopoly, after discovering that the plants thrived on the humid, monsoon-fed outer slopes of the Himalayas. Soon, regions like Darjeeling in India and Ilam in Nepal became synonymous with high-quality tea. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through Nepal, a land of breathtaking landscapes, rich culture, and timeless traditions. From the peaks of the Himalayas to the vibrant streets of Kathmandu, Nepal truly offers an adventure like no other. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next adventure. Share your thoughts in the comments and tell us which part of Nepal you'd love to explore the most. Embark on your own journey and keep exploring the wonders of the world, starting with Nepal.